I was dealing with issues with family, taking in the acceptance of my running, cross country and track, and that was hard. That was hard on me, just because it's a sport that I love and a sport that I've been doing for the past 8 years or plus. And for me, it kind of hurt when I didn't really have the respect and cheerfulness for the sport that I played for. Me, like I always preach and I always said that running is a good thing, and most of them didn't really think that. They thought it was a waste of time. They didn't think it was helpful, but then as time came by, they started accepting it. But for me, I felt it was too late. It was too late for them to convince me that they did like my running.
I grew up rough. It wasn't always as easy as I feel as it is now. Moving from place to place, not knowing where you're going to stay or who your friends are going to be or what school you're going to go to. So I needed outlets, and my only outlet was basketball because, I mean, everywhere you go, you always going to have basketball. I mean, my family wasn't all as close. We got closer over years, but a lot of people in my family rejected my dad because they felt like he neglected me in a way because I was never living with him my whole life. I was living with other family members because my dad had me at a young age, so I mean, I don't really blame him for that. So family not as close. I had a lot of anger growing up, and I was getting in a lot of trouble. So I used basketball as like my reliever. Anytime I get mad or get in trouble, even when I got grounded, he still let me go to the court. So it was like my outlet. It felt like when I got on the court, all my problems went away. And it was just me, the goal, and basketball. Just me.
I grew up in a home where we weren't religious at all. My dad was addicted to cocaine, and there was him selling cocaine in my house. And also, he didn't treat me and my family very well. There was abuse and sexual abuse in my home, and I didn't really understand. I was molested by some of my uncles, and my dad was very physically abusive towards me and my sisters. But after that, I just started praying, and I would just pray to God, and I would just ask him if he could just, because my sisters would get sexually abused all the time, so I would just pray for them, and I would just pray that that God just, instead of my dad hitting them, that he would hit me. I started praying like that, but then I knew that what my dad wasn't right in the head, and I just I knew at 12 years old that things were just not right.
So we were born in Slovakia in a small town. We were raised in a Christian family that was very strict, but right now I'm thankful for it because without our family and their faith, we wouldn't get to that level of relationship with God that we are in right now. And as any other kids, we were playing soccer. We were like kind of really proud, like we were proud of us, like we really achieved. Yeah, I can recall myself as a very proud person, and I didn't really worry about other people. I was just focused for myself, and it was same thing with the God. Like we were raised as a Christian, but I didn't accept the God's plan. I know there is God, but I said I got my plan. I'm going to pray to God, but I get my plan, what I'm going to achieve. And I didn't worry about what God has for me. Our lifestyle was like going to the parties and stuff, and like soccer player, I can do whatever. Maybe I was just trying to like find like some happiness that I go out and partying and stuff, because I couldn't find it in the soccer. So we decided that we went to Australia for a short period of time. We get there, start working in the jobs like painters, kitchen hand jobs, I don't know, we went to construction works. And I started like thinking, and I started really hate these kind of jobs and the people around me, because no food. So we were just like losing pounds. We had like one bread a day, didn't have much money, and we were just like experiences to live in a house with rats and cockroaches, and we realized like this is not really the way how we were expecting our life to be.
Surely enough, Warner came up. As soon as I came here, I was like, this is perfect. I felt like a new beginning, a new chapter. And what I'll take from Warner was all the fun times I had with everyone. I think that's the best thing I would take. As soon as I'm done with Warner, I know that I enjoyed every bit of it.
I really feel like it was more God had to do with it. I think God had a plan for me. I feel like I went to a bigger school, I've been more arrogant and big-headed. So I feel like when God sent me to the school to humble me more, so I can maybe I can reach out to Him more, since this being a Christian school. I feel like it's like a change of paths. I went to a bigger school and got in more trouble because it's a bigger school. This school is more small, and with the chapels and the church is right there for me, so convenient. So it allowed me to get closer to Christ. So I feel like Christ let me. I look back at Warner's, so it's like a safe haven. If you're looking to get closer to Christ, you will come to Warner. So I look at it as like it helped me in a lot of aspects in my life, whether it was for basketball or just as becoming a better person, becoming closer to Christ. So that's what I look at. I look at it.
We had to stay in a foster home, me and my sisters, for about 16 months. And the first few months of living there, I started going to church. And I remember the first time I felt God's presence. I just closed my eyes and I felt His hand touched my heart, and His presence kind of fell on me. And I just started praying on my knees and just worshiping Him, and I received God. I got saved that day. That was the first time that I ever felt love before in my life. God just reminded me, Laura, you're victorious. I didn't put these obstacles in your life to tear you down, but I put them in your life to show people that I can do anything, and that He can do anything by saying taking me out of that home and redeeming my life, not just for me, but for other people to hear my story and to see that God can redeem the situation that you're in, and being in God's Word and taking that time with Him. These 2 years have really challenged me and helped me heal through my past, and also it helped me know that my identity isn't in what happened to me, but it's a part of who I am. But my identity is in God and God alone. And I think here at Warner really helped me challenge some obstacles that I was going through in life. God has shown me a lot about forgiveness and what it means to forgive people that have hurt me, just like I've forgiven my father that has neglected me and abused me. He showed me what it means to have forgiveness in my heart and love in my heart.
As we were proud, God again showed us like what is it to be in the street, or what is it to not having food, not having money for rent, and to be scared where I'm gonna sleep next night. And basically after this, I really realized and started to appreciate the basic things. That experience, but I can call it was really great experience because this is like what changed our lives, the way how we think, the way like it was like the point where I started like thinking I really want to change myself. I want to like grow as a person. We got to Warner. The school really offered us like a really good education. We really enjoyed the classes, and the biggest thing was what we experienced here was like the spiritual side of this school, and basically it really like helped us to grow spiritually, and we met really amazing people here, really speakers who came here to talk and really have like an influence, like a really huge influence in our lives, and we realized like we're in a good place.
My name is Daniel Merritt.
My name is Omar Hall.
My name is Laura Hernandez.
My name is Adrian Bartolos.
My name is David Bartolos.
This is my royal pathway.
This is my royal pathway.
And this is my royal pathway.
And this is our royal pathway.